Murray Superstores offer an exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty. So stop paying those big city prices at those big city dealers. Shazam! And we'll trade anything from kitchen mops to laptops. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
You might want to buckle up, baby.
And now get ready for WTF.
You want to prove once for all that I'm better than you? Strap up.
Bring it on, Big Brother Tin Man.
Whose take is first? Brought to you by TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
All right, here we go. By the way, I want to say this, and we hear you out there.
Let me say something.
There's a movement out there, Dan Hicken, that matches any movement going on in this country.
Yeah.
And it is to revive and bring back ETN.
Apparently, they're not going to take it.
We're taking it under advisement. That's all we'll say.
Oh.
Yeah.
We hear you.
It's a movement?
It's It's
All right.
become more than just a few dissenting votes.
Let's do a poll question this morning.
Oh, my God. You're going to 90-10.
No, we're not doing that.
90-10. No, he can do it on his.
Should.
Yeah.
He goes, we're not doing that.
90-10. 90-10 is my prediction.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Why not? Are we in trouble?
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
ETN.
So I know which way this poll is
What are
gonna
the
go.
answers? What are the
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
That's it?
Yes.
That's a pretty simple question.
Is it?
Don't say, does the new one suck? That'll be 98-2.
Oh, we don't want that.
They don't like that. Yeah.
They want you guys pitted against each
They
other.
do. They like us throwing
They
a
do.
fit.
Serious
They like us
debate.
angry. They like to get under one of our skins.
They like conflict.
It's like their one way
I gotta
to get
change
back at us for all the dumb things that we say.
They miss Fireball.
Personally,
Well,
I
that
love
is
the
fine.
no conflict. I think
That's
it's
correct.
great.
It's not
Me
your,
too.
it's not your bad.
Increase the peace.
Yes.
I'm just going to do it for
I'm in favor of just make Brooks judge.
I'm just going to do
No,
it for
Dan told me that I would cry if I
You
did
would.
that.
Yeah,
Tears, real
you,
tears.
You just said that out of meanness.
Yes.
Because you know that.
Sound like
that
somebody
would
else
end
to
up-
taste my pain.
Yeah.
It was ugly. It was awful.
There is a lot.
I even
All right,
ugly
well,
cried.
Hick has put his
Like
poll
James
up on
Vanderbeek.
Twitter there.
Poll is up at Dan Hicken
Yeah.
Stay off the poll.
if you want to vote.
Let's do WTF.
2
though.
hours. 2 hours from 7:20 to 9:20 we'll have.
Yeah.
We'll have
PS
it.
coming up next, a little earlier than usual. We'll talk to Big Bo. Look back. So, I
Do you
guess
think there was ever a football game like back in the day, like Big Bo, they would be like at Cleveland for a 1 o'clock kick, and Big Bo would call the NFL one day and say, hey, man, can we play next week at 11:45? I'm busy at 2:15.
Big Bo would try that.
Like, did Bo ever call Tom Coughlin and say, hey, Tom, I know practice is scheduled today at 9.
Because Tom told him he's the boss.
Could we do it at 9:45 this week?
please. I have a thing.
No?
As always, we encourage the Googans to hit the text line, 641-1010, driven by Duval Ford.
Yes.
One lucky Googan will get a pair of tickets to the World Golf Hall of Fame and some airport parking from our friends at usapark.net.
Yes.
Obviously, the Jaguars will be the topic.
Yes.
In addition to the on-field product, there seems to be just as much talk about the penalties, both dumb and not.
Yeah, and listen, it's great. The fact that it happened in the preseason is great because it's a learning tool. But 10 for 110 in the first half when all your starters are in is not good. Now, the other offshoot of that is Guns Jr. was flag happy. I don't know if they went into the game saying, hey, boys, let's throw some flags today. I don't know what the thought process was. And the bigger issue with the penalties, because I honestly think the penalties will not be an issue for the Jaguars this year. But the bigger issue is something we've talked about here. And the penalty with leading with your head is going to cost somebody a game in week 1 or week 2, and then all heck's going to break loose. We all see it coming. The NFL's having a hard time getting a grip on it. I understand that we're trying to make the game safer. I'm all for making the game safer. I also understand where the players are coming from. Wilson's hit by the Jags was textbook. There was no head involved. It was all shoulder. The roughing the quarterback by the Vikings,
Which wasn't even a helmet call. That's a whole different
was
issue.
a whole different issue, and it sent people crazy as well.
Well, that was the
Although
worst call
Zimmer said it was a good call.
Well, he's
Zimmer
wrong.
himself,
He's wrong.
the head coach of the Vikings, said it was the right call.
Well, but his son must be an official somewhere. That was the worst call I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's if that's rough, then we're again. Richard Sherman said it. What some obnoxious radio host in the Deep South first started saying 6 months ago.
Right.
You better like flag football.
Right.
Maybe not in our lifetime. Our kids, you better teach them flag football. You better teach them to love flag football because that's where we're headed.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised, Dan, at some point if they put flags on the quarterback and they no longer allow him to touch him.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to call that penalty that they called on that defensive lineman for the Vikings, that was just terrible. I mean, he almost lifted him up and laid him down like Sleeping Beauty on a feather mattress, and he got a penalty call. But you did hit the nail on one thing. This is nothing. This backlash. Week 1, somebody on 3rd and 13 is going to come up short, and they're going to get some nitpicky BS call that had nothing to do with. The problem with this rule is, unlike a pass interference or a personal foul that's obvious or a clip or a block in the back or a hold or plays that you could definitely say, okay, that changed the game. This call doesn't change the game. Like, it's a tackle is a tackle. He didn't tackle you illegally. He just put his helmet in there. So it's going to be the hardest rule to accept ever because it is going to change the outcome without changing, the impact that caused the outcome. I will say this, though.
Yes, sir.
A genius in their stupidity, the NFL did imagine they have somehow pulled this off.
Okay.
And maybe if they were smarter, I'd say they did it on purpose. But thanks to the new helmet rule, what's one topic you didn't hear one time this weekend? The national anthem. Never heard a thing about the national anthem this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone did or didn't, but all I hear about is the helmet rule.
Didn't one of the networks come out and say they weren't going to?
Well, they never show it. That was, again, media nonsense. All they did was headline something that they were doing already. ESPN had not been showing. Monday Night Football had not been showing the Monday
Is that what
night.
it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you feel about the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called on Yannick Ngakoue after the first sack?
I guess he knows you.
I like it.
He should know you can't do that.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like that nonsense. How about get back and go back to the?
Although it is mixed messages because after you score a touchdown, you can do whatever the heck you want.
Guess.
And the Vikings, I forget which guy it was for them, but after he had a sack, he celebrated and there was no flag. So I think it is exactly how Yannick did it.
It was the pelvic thrust,
yeah.
which they should know. I think
vulgar.
you're not allowed to do that.
It is vulgar. It's not.
It surprised me that it came from Yannick of all people.
It was a tribute or something. Somebody I don't know this.
Tribute to who?
Well, not tribute, but a
Marvin Gaye.
It was a Key and Peele. There's a Key and Peele a skit or something of that nature. If Beef were here, I would ask him, but he's left the building because he would know.
Left his post.
All right, that'll do it. Let's take a break.
Yeah. That would be perfect.
Where he is, he can't hear that. Otherwise, it would be really funny.
That was kind of funny between us.
Yeah.
What did you think about the AJ Boye helmet?
I thought he
call?
led with the helmet.
Absolutely.
I thought he put his helmet
that
down,
was
and
that
was a no-brainer.
That was textbook. This is why we.
He said
got this
after
rule.
the game, "Listen, I mean, I get it, but I got a bigger guy coming at me. I go low to hit him, and he goes low, and also the only bright spot for the Vikings was this kid Mike Boone, who went to Baker County High School.
He looks good.
So he ran. He kind of reminded me of a younger Chris Ivory, if you will.
No, yeah, he looks like he's going to be on the roster somewhere.
Yannick Ngakoue's sack, a Key and Peele deal. What is that? What's the Key and Peele thing?
Yeah, they did a whole sketch about football celebrations. And there was a very graphic pelvic thrust.
Okay, so that was what that was all about.
Yeah, I'm okay with that penalty. That was vulgar. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. I mean, at some point, it's okay to have some sort
Again, though,
of
there
civility.
is a little bit of mixed messages being sent by the league on that. With if you're going to allow them to do whatever they want
Here,
for touchdowns.
Dan,
Yes,
I
sir.
promise you.
Yeah, you can't do thrusting in the end zone.
They've been told.
Yeah.
There's no pelvic thrust.
Yeah.
I promise you they've been told that.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why you can't feel sorry at all. And Ngakoue was terrible.
Kind of set the tone for the first of the
58 penalties.
10 other penalties.
Yeah.
At 13 for 140, they had 10 for 110 in the first half. I think the NFL record in a regular season game is 212 penalty yards. So they were knocking on the door a little
That's
bit.
got to be driving them crazy. I will
That's
say
a good teaching.
I will say from
good
the half.
Maronde.
I don't know if maybe preseason game 2 is the new preseason game 3 for the Jags, and now they'll sit their starters. I don't know if they'll now play them 3 quarters in the next game. I don't know how they're going to approach it, but we definitely saw a longer lifespan of playing time for the starters this week than normal. I thought.
All right, early in the poll, 154 votes are in. Should the drill bring back ETN? 82% say yes, 18% say no.
It'll be a 90. I'm just getting bombarded.
We have.
I thought I'd be the only one to vote no.
I'm tired of answering the question. Yeah, I'm tired of dealing with it out in the with the gin pop.
Yeah.
Guggen gin pop is just—they're all over me.
Mm-hmm.
Probably you too, friend. But listen.
I don't talk to Gen Pop.
You don't. Yeah,
No.
you're above that.
Yeah.
You only tweet at them. I will say this: the Jaguars as far as just the game and the feel of the game, boy, they just look exactly like last year's team, right? They're going to play dominant defense.
Oh, Ronnie Harrison was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it was
which
a surprise.
Gives me confidence with the other two. If they get nicked up, Harrison can step in there and they won't miss a beat.
Yeah.
So
I thought Tyler Patman was real good.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
listen. The time period that Jalen Ramsey would have played the other day, and this is no way they don't need Jalen Ramsey, but they were not affected at all.
Cousins was awful.
Yeah,
it was awful.
They weren't affected by Jalen Ramsey.
If I was a Vikings fan, I would be annoyed.
You'd be way overreacting.
Yeah. So I'd
sure,
be annoyed.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, all right. Tony Baselli's next. We'll get his insight on kind of the state of the offensive line. I know they're down a couple starters, but a couple tackles in particular that have got to step it up big time. So get into that and more. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
I know you.